What it do? One second, y'all. Getting it. Ready. What it do, everybody, man? Thank God for y'all tuning in and catching your boy live. It is another edition of Live on Sunday, man. Thank God for you being here to check it up and watch this good epic story with us, man. Hopefully your week has been great. Hopefully everything has been amazing to you. It is your boy, King Crowder, with another edition of Live on Sunday, man. Thank you to be able to tune in with me. Hopefully your week has been amazing. Hopefully everything we talk about has been insightful, and hopefully multiple things you want to get done this week you have been able to accomplish, man. Today's lesson will be different because we're going to go ahead and go over the previous. Before we get there, comment, like, and subscribe to the channel, man. Make sure you be here for all events and tell me how you found me. Number one, how was your week last week? You know, we all like to check in, find out how your last 7 days was. Did you work out? Did you exercise? Did you sleep? Did you chill? Did you get to do everything that you promised and guaranteed that you was going to do? Every Sunday, when I add it to your repertoire so you can get better, I want you to look back at how you did the past 7 days. Did you work out? Did you eat right? Did you sleep? Did you pray? Did you do everything over the previous week you were talking about? Everything that you put up in that repertoire, did you get done? If not, why not? When you find out why not it got done, then we can go on that mission on how to fix and how to change it. Before we get all the way into it, remember, things I wish my parents would have taught us is on Amazon available. Support your boy. Buy it, buy it, buy it. Book of the week. You know, I like to give you stuff that I want you to get for HR Rap. If you have never read this book, it's about this revolutionary founder from Louisiana. HR Rap, Die Nigga Die, is a great, phenomenal read about one of our most political icons that is still incarcerated for an alleged crime of attack against a police officer. HR Rap bound from the great Boot, Louisiana. Phenomenal read, phenomenal read. Let me shout it again. Phenomenal read. If you've never ordered it from Amazon or read the book, highly recommend you add it to your repertoire, man. It's a great read that you can get into. While we diving into today's lesson, man, I want to go right into it. If you have not heard the bomb that attacked the world this week, Amanda Seals, Shedeur Sanders, FBA, Black Scottish, and Trump sending them boys to the rack. Hopefully you chime in again, comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to keep y'all waiting, man. I'm going to go right into the first clip I want you to speak on. Remember, it was a huge debate this week, quote unquote, against Black Americans speaking to conservatives. I want to say something. Most of the people speaking this week, y'all, were not Black Americans. Most of them were not true conservatives. Most of them were Sambos, bootlicks, and people's job it is to undermine most Black Americans when they have productive conversations. Chime in and take a listen.
I don't need to be seen. Hello.
How are you? I'm Jasmine, the pretty Say less outfit. Okay.
Thank you.
So this is my thing. I think the premise of your question was Black on Black crime. So I think I'm coming from a place, and I guess my issue is having had my biological father murdered by a Black man, having had my cousin.
I want y'all to pause right here, y'all. When people say the word Black on Black crime, I want you to know how to debunk this. Crime is a stat for proximity. Follow me. When you go to Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, Angola, when you go to the Caribbean, St. Lucie, St. Bart's are killing St. Bart's. Angola are killing Angolans. Chinese are killing Chinese. Scotland's are killing Scotland's. Black on Black crime does not exist. Crime is a proximity stat and most likely an economic stat. Whenever you hear that in your brain, I want you to always remember that. Because if crime was not a racial-based thing, why don't we mention the white-on-white crime statistics? There is no talking point about that. Whenever you hear that talking point, white-on-white crime, what it do, Mike? What it do? Whenever you hear that talking point, white-on-white, black-on-black crime, etc., know it's cap, man. Know it's cap. What does he say? God forbid a Black athlete might suck. We're not there yet, brother. We're not there yet. He just reading the title. Hey, going in on an interview debate, Mike, we got to chop it in, man. The Jubilee debate, Amanda Seals, Black on Black Crime, Mike. I'm gonna breaking it down so people know how to hear our talking points. Mike, shout out, tell them how your week. Shout out to you back there in the East Coast, back in VA. Congratulations to Mike. Hit his cash app. Tell Mike you proud of him for doing his first week. Let's go.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Mikey McCall. Yo, hit me up in the Cash App, $MCM Sound. Please, 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 please bless me with a lunch for the first day of work tomorrow. But just came back from Aruba. It was amazing. I recommend
You
it
can't ask for
everybody.
cash app and coming to Aruba, Mike. You sound like Umar. You
Oh
fucked
man,
up.
I,
You
I
fucked up, G.
want every
You
I
fucked up.
want every person, physically able-bodied person or anybody. I invite you to Aruba. The people are great. It was such an amazing time, and I promise you, you will get treated very well. Great food, great people, great atmosphere. I recommend it to everybody that's on the pod. So tell me what we talk about, Terrell, because I
Tune
definitely got
in.
something to say.
You fine, bro. Tune in and listen, Mike. That's it.
We can talk
True.
numbers and statistics and what the people are doing, what the white man is doing, and all that. But at the end of the day, I see when my family lives on the south side of Chicago, and I think you and I both can attest to this. And I'm not saying that there are not other factors, but we know that we kill each other at a disproportionate rate than any other race. Now, why we do that and why 6,000 to 9,000 Black men are going to be homicided or killed or whatever by the end of the year annually by other Black men, whereas the likelihood of a Black man being killed by a white police officer is less than 150 per year, we know that we kill each other at a higher rate. So I'm not debating that there are not factors at play, but because I've lived the experience as a Black woman losing my father to be murdered by a Black man walking down the street, by the way. No worries, thank you. But walking down the street in inner cities and different things, knowing that it's more likely that my own brother will rob and rape me than a white man or a white officer, we got to be real.
What's your proximity to white men in the south side of Chicago? Are there even white men around to rob and rape you at the same rate that there are Black men?
There are white men around
At the same rate.
There wasn't a lot of Black people in there, but then that doesn't justify the fact that we're
so. Oh, my bad, Mike. I ain't mean to skip that around. Pause right there, Mike. She said an excellent point. Let my dog cook in. Crime is a proximity thing, Mike. So do we say in China that they have a Chinese on Chinese crime, Mike?
No,
that's
because
killing Chinese.
Everyone is Chinese. And I want to go back to the point that she made. Black on Black crime is statistically reported or recorded more than white on white crime in today's crazy media. So we may not know the statistics of how many white people actually, because they are the majority. So I do feel that their numbers would be a little bit higher just because there are more of them than there is us. But the reporting statistically is stacked up against the Black community, where we report only on who got killed in the Black community and not what's going on really in the white community or other communities. But I'm pretty sure it's a disadvantage, and that's why that we only hear that the Black on Black crime is rising and at a all-time high. White people kill each other every day. You know what I'm saying?
I just want to know where it's I don't know how people don't know it's a dog whistle, because when did that even become a talking point? You feel what I'm saying, Mike?
It should never be a talking point, because in everyone's neighborhood someone dies.
Let me keep cooking. Let her keep cooking, man.
Are there even white men around to rob and rape you at the same rate that there are Black men?
There are white men around
at the same rate.
There wasn't a lot of Black people in there, but then that doesn't justify the fact that we're desroying each other. So even if we get
nothing,
to the root, like
we can agree on that.
Okay, because I feel like a lot of
nothing
times
justifies.
Like, well,
I'm not a liberal. I'm not a liberal.
Okay, well, I will say that people that sometimes have your stance that are against conservatives, maybe they have this claim that they're making it up. They're making up the numbers. We know that we do that to each other. So I want to get to the root of the issue. Why are we killing each other? I think the root of the issue is we've lost our values and we've lost our resilience as Black people. We sit there and we talk about what the white man did and we talk about slavery and everything like that, but we have no self-accountability and say, you know what, at the end of the day, that is my Black grandmother, that is my Black sister, you are my Black sister, and you know that a Black man is more likely to rob you or commit some type of crime against you, and that's what we need to get down to the issue of. And like you were talking about earlier, like, hey, well, what's going on? You know, what do you think the answer is to one of the brothers that were speaking? I think it's the breakdown of the family. I think, like he said, our poor choices, and what happens is when you look at domestic violence, for example, when domestic violence, women or men are even attacked, what is the first thing we say? It's like, you know what? It's not your what? It's not your fault. So that's what we do. We hold on to this narrative that, well, it's not our fault.
You notice, Mike, she avoided. I don't know why it keeps pausing back to it, Mike. Do you notice she avoided that complete question by saying what was the root of the issue?
So I finally
sorry, Mike. Go ahead. You go ahead and cook up on that. What was the root of the issue? You notice how she avoided that one the whole time?
Right. 100%. But the root of the issue is that we're reporting on the environment.
Mm.
So my numbers are going to be high if it's just like I said before, but just in a different way. We're reporting on the environment. If you're reporting that multiple black people are getting raped, killed, and brutalized, but there isn't a saturation of white people in that area, the demographic is all black, the numbers are skewed from the beginning because it's no white people to be able to record in that area.
I got a
So
better question, Mike. You ready?
what's up?
You're talking all these about black people going through things. You notice you're only speaking about impoverished people.
Correct. And
So
she's only
she's making
speaking
that.
on the negatives. She's not speaking on any positives that we have in the community at all.
If she said a systematic broke of the family, Mike, did she forget the crack era and father's incarceration?
100%.
For you to miss that context lets me know you have an agenda, man. And Mike, I don't mean to go there, but I gotta go there, Mike. You ready? Strap up, dog. You talking about hating each other and you don't even wear your own hair, baby?
Mm.
That bothers me, Mike, when I see sisters push that agenda and I see you with a blonde striped hair on. It bothers me, Mike. I'm gonna keep it funky. As somebody that love our queens, you know, we love our women. But don't tell me about hate and accountability coming in here representing yourself that way.
Correct.
Because we get on brothers all the time for dating white women, Mike, which is fair. I ain't mad at it, right? But don't come out here looking like, at least Amanda looked like herself, a true black woman.
Right.
The other shorty, Mike, what she look like? Who are you trying to assimilate to?
But what is a black conservative, bro? And can you be
Mm.
and that's my question for the group today. What is a black conservative and can you be a black conservative?
Hey, Mike,
With
I'm gonna let that cook, and then we got 3 talking points on that issue. I love it, though. I'm gonna let it play for a little bit more before we go. All right, and I got some questions for you.
Looking at me and I don't know why she got braids in her hair, and we focus on all these other stupid things that don't matter. We don't get to the root of the fact that we're killing each other at a higher rate than any other race. It is self-hatred amongst us. I believe that we can do that. That my cousin, my mom's cousin, excuse me, coming from the church parking lot, and guess who stuck her up and robbed her at gunpoint? A black man.
I need you to get to the point.
Like,
so
my
I can
point
respond.
is that no, and I'm not trying to be funny, unless like you said, we're gonna keep it respectful.
Yeah, but you're monopolizing the whole conversation.
I'm
We're not
trying.
being
Okay, I'm
able
gonna let
to.
you speak, but let's not get the
Yes.
attitudes and stuff because you're my sister and I respect you. So
I don't have an attitude. I'm being direct
But how
to you,
you
but
talk
you're
to me,
literally
you're not gonna
speaking
talk
this,
to me.
and you're not going to do
Okay.
that with me either.
Okay,
so
so
you're
I'm
stating your
respecting you.
point, and you've been stating your point for quite some
So
time.
say
you have
the
a
proper
reason
ways.
for
Would
me
you
to
like?
respond.
Would you allow me to respond? So that's a better response. Go ahead.
The response that I have for you is
Okay.
that everything you're saying does not exist in a vacuum. I actually agree with you in that, yes, there has been an incredible denigration of Black worth and Black pride in this nation. I think it's also very important to acknowledge what has contributed to that. And to state that it is only Black people that have contributed to that is a false flag. So we have to admit that. So in order to have this conversation around how we got here, you can't say, oh, well, we're caring about the white woman getting braids and that doesn't matter and this thing. All of that attaches. All of that is actually a very big part.
So I
Mike,
stand by my
you pick
comment
off
that I
on your
said.
points before I show the second half of the video. What is
bro,
black conservatism to Mike? The camera too high, fam. I'm listening.
my bad.
You
What is
good?
black I don't know what black I don't know how to I don't have a
Mm.
definition of what black conservatism is because I don't think you can truly be a black conservative with Jim Crow, with glass
Mm.
ceilings, with us being at a disadvantage for a numerous amount of years, including the slavery that they tried to say we took everybody from Africa. No, we ain't even gonna get on that. But how can you be a conservative when those beliefs aren't even inputted as yours? Those beliefs are the beliefs of our counterparts, which they're not your own beliefs. So how
Mike, you
can you
spitting, dog. You are
you get
spitting.
you get what I'm saying? Those beliefs
Yeah.
were the beliefs. First of all, the country is built in a system that's not made for us. So for you to be a conservative, to agree with the system that was created not to alienate you is crazy to me.
Mike, beautifully said, dog. I got a better question for you, Mike. Why don't we ever see black conservatives coupling up and making power families? Follow me. Whenever you see a black conservative, what color is his wife, Mike? If you're a black
White,
man.
white,
If you
but
see a black conservative woman, what color is her husband?
white. Why
I
can't
thought
you
you
find
believed in family
you,
values, Mike.
bro? But you can't find another black conservative to agree with you to could consummate a family in a marriage.
Mike, I thought families was our biggest issue and our biggest downfall that we need to correct and fix. Why don't y'all believe in family and support the agenda you're pushing? Strike number one.
Right.
Strike number two, to go with what Mike said. Mike, you brought up a phenomenal point. When white people say conservative, do they think about us, Mike?
No.
When white people say Southerner, Mike, do they focus on us?
Southerner, I want to educate everybody right now. Southerner means stars and bars, God damn it.
Mike, does it mean, Mike, we're technically Southerners, Mike? Do they speak about us being Southerners or what they call us black?
No.
Every word that we hear, like you said, Mike, it should be questioned. They don't mean for us. When they think of Democrat, do they think of black people, Mike?
No.
Because if they did, Mike, why don't they push our agendas and what we're going for?
Bro, the crazy part is this, right? When they're coming up with these standards and society norms and everything, we are not the thought in the subconscious at all. The thought in the subconscious is the preservation, and this is going to sound racist, but it's also true, the preservation of the white race. That is the only thought in the minds of the people that have created the Conservative Party and or the Democratic Party.
Mike is quoting Dr. Francis Cress Wells in the ISIS papers. If you've never read it, read it. The ISIS paper, Dr. Francis Cress Wells, the greatest psychology we've had in the 21st century and 20th century. Read it, understand it. Mike quoted that book phenomenally. I agree with you, Mike. Like I said, when we hear these talking points, Mike, I would say, Mike, we're on the conservative side. No, we're for black family side. Me and Mike both. But we don't agree with y'all logic because number one, Mike, to be a black conservative, you can't touch the issue of race.
No. And
You know what I'm saying,
race is, and what makes it so bad is when you talk to them about race, oh, stop crying. Oh, we're not disenfranchised now. Everything, like, I don't understand why they don't understand that everything that has been made in this country has been to disenfranchise us from the inception of the thought of a country.
Well, you got to understand, Mike. That's the problem. I'm gonna tell you, it's a video. We probably won't get to that with Mike because I want to make sure we stay good because we flowing. It's a video about talking white, Mike. Remember when I told you that point?
Oh,
you're not
yes.
talking white.
No,
you're speaking like
black,
a Sambo.
I'm just black educated. Like,
well, Mike, I've as educated as I am, Mike, you know I am. Have you ever thought about me talking white?
No, but me and you come from the same demographic of education.
But again, no, Mike, you gotta remember, you are talking white because you sound anti-black. Because when you go around other ethnicities, you ain't holding firm like me and Mike holding firm.
I don't know though. I've got accused of talking white before, bro. And you.
And when you said that, you said, Terrell, I might have been in that point in life, not been Mike like I should have been, right? Remember 100%. That talking point when you said, Terrell, I deserve that. But now I've been around you in settings, Mike. Mike, power to the people all day. You ain't bending and talking no coon talking. Mike ain't Sambo. I've been around you, dog. We know the ones that hang. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Mike, I always use myself, Mike. I am one of the most educated people on the planet, Mike. Love to read into intellectual stuff. I have never been accused of talking white. Talking white is a term that people don't know that are not as educated. Might mean you're sounding like a Sambo.
100%.
You don't talk about race issues. You ain't gonna bring up reparations. You ain't gonna bring up cut the check. You ain't gonna say white supremacy. You are going to be the safe Negro. That's what that means, Mike. So when people use that talking point, that's what it means.
People got to realize being a safe Negro has never helped anything at all.
Never will, Mike.
It's only radicalness and things that will break the system that will prevail because you and I'm an ally to a lot of groups, but you get nowhere being soft, and being soft is being walked on. You have to stand 10 toes down, and you have to put it in their face, because if you don't put it in their face, they act like they don't know what they're doing. When you put 100%. It in their face, you check the behavior, and they can't do what they're doing unless they're just pure racist.
Agreed, Mike. And to go more into it, Mike, I'm going to show you the perfect example of the safe Negro. Fair use, Mike. Fair use.
Don't ever do this. KTS.
You guys don't ever do that.
KTS
Who is you guys?
Members of the black community don't want to hold people accountable, especially black people. So KTS Dre was shot 60 times outside of Cook County, Chicago. How many BLM members came out? You earlier said BLM is about
referring to me as you guys.
Okay, that's fine. So, for example,
but wouldn't he be incorporated in you guys?
Because I remember you
Where
said.
Are you from?
Let him cook, Mike, before we start. You know, to save our conversation. Mike, we got to remember, Mike, Black immigrants look at us as you guys, Mike. That's our next point on that, Mike. We got to understand that we have to be on code by pointing that out, Mike, because listen to the way this motherfucker talking, Mike. Pay attention.
From?
Where am I from? What do you mean by that? Like, what state am I from? Where was I born?
Where do you live right now?
I live in Florida. I was born in Angola, though. I was born in sub-Saharan Africa. Okay.
Where did you grow up for most of your time?
In Maine.
Maine.
Yes.
And what is the population of Black people in the town that you're from?
It's really extremely low, but I grew up around Black people, and there was a Black community where I lived.
And that Black community that you lived in, did they teach you about Black history in the United States? Like, are your parents Black American?
No. Yeah, my mom is Black. My father is Black.
No, I'm asking, were they born in the United States?
Because I wasn't born there.
Oh, so you guys are all from Angola?
Yes, but again, I like I told you earlier, right? Trying to protest.
Sources are not. You're not able to cite your sources. Please go sit down.
Yeah, that's the truth.
It's not the truth. It's not the truth. It's not the. Nothing you say is actually the truth. Nothing. You're not even American. You're not even a Black American. As the daughter of an immigrant, it is imperative that Black people from other places understand the disparate difference that they exist from Black people in the United States. It is not the same, period. And ultimately, the best effort that we can do as a diaspora is to lead in understanding, not in judgment. So when I am talking to somebody from Sudan, from the Congo, from Angola, I am listening to understand their experience, not to undermine it. And I refuse to allow anybody from Grenada, from Angola, from any other place to come and try to undermine the experience of Black Americans.
Mike, take off, baby.
100% facts. And me and Terrell have said this on the pod several times. If you are ancestral of a different country and you have planted yourself in America, you have injected yourself into American culture, you cannot speak on American culture because you're not 100% American. You cannot speak on the Black experience because you have not experienced the authentic, true Black experience. Your Black experience is part B. Part B is when you come from another country, they automatically put you over top of us because you're not us. You are considered other, right? And they don't fuck with other either. However, they fuck with other a little bit more than they fuck with authentically Black, homegrown American, right? So I don't specifically think that you can incorporate your thoughts, opinions, or grudges in the same boat or category or billet as a true African American. And I don't even like using the term African American. We're going to use true Native American, indigenous, that skin is copper tone to this land. That's how we're going to describe that. But your billet is null and void. You were set up against us, and you have played into that. Because if you can't understand the reparation experience and you can't understand that something was an injustice to us and, oh, y'all are lazy. No, if you can't understand and sympathize and empathize, right? Because we need to have both because it's a dual-edged sword. If you cannot do that off your own volition and somebody has to tell you something, you will never understand the American Black plight. And I just want you to stop pretending that you do.
Mike, I got to pause you right there, Mike. You have not been a victim, but your family had to leave Angola, your homeland.
Right.
Come to the Americas. Hold up, Mike. Follow me. You're not a victim of anything, and y'all had to leave where y'all was from to come to America? Mike, I got to start asking immigrants this question. If it was so popping, they weren't victims and they were so smart, Mike, why the hell y'all wanted to come to the Americas?
100%.
You know why, Mike? Because we got it popping, nigga. That's why you here.
Right.
What you talking about? If it was popping in Angola, we all be in Angola.
We would be there.
You know how crazy you sound and say, I'm not a victim, but you chose to leave everything you were at to come over here? If your parents were so smart, Mark, so hardworking, so dedicated, so focused, so intelligent, why did they have to come here, man?
Bro, and why you keep saying, hold on, excuse me.
Bless you.
Why do you keep saying y'all?
Mike,
Hey, check this out, right? You disassociate yourself from us so much. Keep disassociating yourself, because the money gonna have to hit one of these days, because we are God's chosen ones, and that's a whole nother story that we can go down. But the money, the reparations, the making things right are going to have to happen in order for the country to heal and be thriving.
Well, Mike, you got to think about it. I can't imagine the racism that young boy experienced growing up in Maine, Mike. Can you imagine?
100%.
Mike, you know he would say it was no Mike. Can you imagine raising a child in Maine, being the only black child in school? Can you imagine how they talk to him out there, Mike?
Wow.
Can you imagine that?
And they want to, excuse me, sorry. They want to assimilate so bad that they will ignore the telltale signs of overt racism, and they will include themselves to a flaw in
Like
the
you said,
system.
Mike, who is Ann? Who is you guys?
Right,
They're talking about you, brother.
right.
That lets me know how much
Because they look
systematic
at you the same. You just
Absolutely.
a nigga from a different island. You know what I'm saying?
Mike, the thing is, I always think about it, Mike. Psychologically, it's so deep in that young immigrant, you don't even understand what you're saying, Mike. You're saying, like you said, Mike, you probably picked up on it quick. Mike kept saying, why he keep saying you guys? Mike, he's the other. I'm gonna reference a movie, Mike, we saw. Remember Jordan Peele's Us?
Oh, yeah.
That's what they were talking about, Mike. You look like us, Mike. You try to operate like us. You say you're American, bruh. You not.
It's almost like when O.J. Simpson was like, I'm not black, I'm OJ.
And you see what he got, Mike? Tiger. We see him throughout history, Mike. I'm not black, I'm Tiger. Can I be real messed up, Mike? I'm not black, I'm Shannon.
Right.
I'm not black, I'm Jonathan Majors, Mike.
Right.
I hate to say who I see coming down the pipeline, Mike. I'm not black, I'm Jamie Foxx.
He
Mike,
said
tell
he
me
was
I'm
going.
lying.
Hey, why he said he was going to leave the white women alone
Mike,
and still with the
and
white
you
women?
that bold with it? You think they ain't got something cooking up, dog? You know how bold you ought to be out here doing that, Mike? You dancing them people, man. Like you said, Mike, we've seen it happen over and over and over again. And for you to get in another immigrant woman's face, shout out to Amanda says I got her problems with her, Mike. I think she tap dancing coon and she talked bad about black men, but she was right.
Yeah.
You got up there, brother, and tried to say, what? Ain't no racism, Mike. What the hell? Like Mike said, what is a conservative, bro?
What is it? How can you be that?
And we're going to go ahead and put this out there, Mike. You know we address it all the time. Non-black Americans, speak on your home issues. Don't speak on our home issues.
You don't have a seat at the table. You cannot speak on our issues. Your blood didn't touch this soil. It was transplanted. You're a transplant. You're
and
transplant.
Mike, Angola speak Portuguese. What the hell?
100.
What we talking about, Mike? What do we? Y'all need to figure out Angola. No disrespect. No disrespect, right, Mike. Y'all need to figure out everything y'all got going on. And all I'm saying is these talking points and things we mentioning, man, are so real in real time, man. It is so deep we have these conversations, man. If you are not a black American, you come from a different country, do not speak on the current issues and the crisis we got going on, man.
I don't even understand why you feel like you could be a part of it. You know what I'm saying?
Ego, Mike. Ego. You got to understand, Mike, some people feel so entitled to so disrespectful that they don't even understand it, Mike. For our last video on this topic before we and Mike change lanes, man, Mike, pay attention.
Some white people and low-income black people have the same ability to excel?
I would say they have the same ability to excel.
Okay, so I'm going to start countering from that point then.
Sure.
So ultimately, we know that our low-income communities are not given the same access to resources on a myriad of levels. They don't even have the same air quality, okay? We know that low-income communities in general are also going to be much more policed than other communities. We know that policing as it exists in the United States came from slave catching. So even the tradition of policing comes from protecting property, not protecting people. Okay. So let's start there. When we talk about low income, like the working class black people in this nation, we know that they have never been considered ever, whether they were slaves or not. They just weren't considered. And we also know as our brother Isaiah pointed out, that there are still people in very powerful positions that hold very personal positions as it relates to racism. And so in that way, they are impediments to someone moving forward.
Okay.
When we talk about DEI, the concept of DEI is not about lowering a standard. It's about widening the options. So we live in a nation that I feel like a lot of y'all are looking at the United States as a long history of something. We have a short history. All right. For 400 years, there was slavery. Black people were not even considered whole humans. We were 3/5 human. After the Civil War, during Reconstruction, Black people were then subjected to the Black laws. The Black laws were specifically for Black people. The Black laws incarcerated Black people at such an exorbitant rate that they were able to get another slave labor force through the 13th Amendment, because you had Black people that were serving entire life, like months-long, years-long sentences for jaywalking.
Okay.
So when we look at these things,
That's where that movie Life got inspired from, Mike. People don't even understand the realness of when you see stuff in real time. They see a movie and think it's a movie, Mike. Convict leasing and all those things happen in real time, Mike. As your last thought, you heard the talking point, Mike. What do you have to say to the Sambos, the coon class, the tap dancing class out there, Mike? Go ahead, man, before we
To
go
the
in.
Sambo and coon class that say that environment doesn't pay a price in success, I'm going to break it down to you. Jimmy is white, lives in a two-parent household. Parents have enough money to get him tutoring. Parents have enough money to get him in sports without having to borrow money for the uniform or anything like that. Whatever Jimmy puts his mind to, his parents are able to fund and facilitate his dreams and goals to make him a said better model citizen. Now we have Jack. Jack is from the other side of town. Jack lives in a one-parent household, doesn't know his father. Mother can't afford anything but paying bills and paying for their lifestyle because she makes lower amount of money and she's not as educated as the white family. Now, if we put these same two people in the same environment, two-parent household, both live in the same neighborhood, and we give everything that was taken away from us for the 400 years, and also Jim Crow, and also civil rights, and also black laws, and we give an equal playing field, it would be more representation in your Harvards, your Princetons. It would be more representation in your law schools. It would be more representations as your doctors, your lawyers, everything. If we just had, and that's what our ancestors were fighting for, a separate but equal, but you can't be equal in a system that was never made for you. But for my people that say the environment doesn't matter, if you put those white kids in the same environment that some of our disenfranchised black kids are growing up, they would fail also.
So, Mike, you mean to tell me it's systematically done?
100%, bro.
But ain't no racism, Mike. Ain't no racism.
And what people fail to realize, and this is what I don't think the conservative black realize, this was set up from the inception and creation of the United States, because it was going on before the United States was ever a baby. So if I'm already doing this in my own country and I come colonize and do my thing here, why would not my mindset and the inception of making laws for my people not be the same from when I was doing it before? Like, what people fail to realize is this was made up before America even existed. It was a thought process. It was how people live life. And they brought it here and made it a system against us. So you cannot be a conservative and be like, oh, I agree with our forefathers, when your forefathers' thought was never to think about you.
Love it, Mike. Love it. Love it. My final thoughts to him is this. We need better. We need black Americans representing ourselves on the show like that. I would love to be on it, Mike. Next up, Mike. They doing our boy wrong, Mike. I'm going to let the commentators speak before we go off on this, man. Shedeur, we love you, baby.
These coaches and coaches like Kevin Stefanski, it's ego over execution. It's plays over players. At the end of the day, you got to give this kid a shot to redeem himself. That's the beauty of being a rookie. You're going to go out there, you're going to struggle, you're going to have some success, you're going to struggle again, but you want to see them come out on the other side. Now, Shedeur had 5 sacks, 5 drives, just was trying to impress. coaches, the fans, trying to live up to what Dylan Gabriel just put out there on the field. And Kevin Stefanski handled that situation and this whole quarterback competition horribly, because you removed an opportunity for him to redeem himself in that situation, to go out as a winner. And again, it's not just we all see it. Players on the team sees it. Players on the opposing team see it. They know what's going on. They know what's going down, but it's all about Kevin Stefanski's ego. We saw this with Baker Mayfield. Oh, it doesn't fit my system. Well, your system has to be about the players that are in it. And we've seen him do this because the offense was completely different when Dylan Gabriel was out there. It was a lot of, short, quick passes to get the ball out of his hands, spread the formation, which is great. That's what you're supposed to do for a guy that thrives in that situation. So I don't know why for Shedeur, the offense changed. He kind of wanted to curate something around him. But at the end of the day, Shedeur recognized he had to play better. That game looked a lot like that UCLA game his first year in Colorado. But I blame Stefanski for how he's handled this whole situation, because it doesn't look very coach of the year leadership-like to me.
Mike, take off on it, baby.
Stefanski, you playing a very dangerous game. And I want you to understand perception is everything. How do you want yourself to be perceived as a man and a coach in this world? You gave Dylan Gabriel an opportunity after he threw those picks to get it back together. He started in another game and he did better, right? He's a rook. He's going to learn. Shedeur needs the same. We need to stop shitting on Shedeur. Like, give the guy a fair chance. He's a very talented player. Yes, Deion is his dad. Yes, it comes with a little showboat and a little bragging, but this is a Hall of Famer, and his son has the same blood as a Hall of Famer and has showed that he is a Hall of Famer caliber quarterback. If you're going to give, all I say is be a good person. Be a person of duality. If you're going to give somebody one thing, give the other person the same amount and see what they do with it until the person cannot do with what you gave them. But
my question is this, Mike. The Browns organization, I want to ask y'all something. Is Kevin Stefanski that good of a coach to not have a proper game plan?
No.
Shedeur looked much better week 1 against the Panthers in the second team. But to take the brother out in a 2-minute and place Brent Hundley in the game who got released, it looks crazy, right? It looks like you're doing something. Not saying you are. But Kevin Stefanski and the Browns have to ask themselves this. Are you in the winning business or are you in the clown show business?
And the Browns been clowns for a while.
Mike, as a coach, it is not about your damn offense. You are supposed to coach the offense for your players. Stop telling me my offense calls for this. F your offense, bruh. My job as a coach, mentor, leader is to make sure I work for them, not the other way around. If I'm the head coach of the Browns, stop talking about my system. Who gives a damn about your system? You haven't won with it. You're not Andy Reid. You're not the guy in Philadelphia. You're not any of those top coaches. Your job as a coach, as a guy, is to figure out how to make your players win. If you're not doing that, you should lose your job, buddy.
100%.
Straight up.
100%.
I don't want to hear nothing about no systems. I don't want to hear nothing about that. I agree, Fat. They need to get Shedeur out of Cleveland because it don't make sense.
Right.
At the end of the day, it's not about your damn system. If you mention to me about your damn system, you as a head coach, you need to lose your job, bro. Your job is to make sure your players are playing the best, and you got to figure it out. Stop telling me about how they play. You got to figure it out. Right. If you can't figure it out, head coach, you need to be gone. I don't give a damn about you went to no Ivy League school. I don't give a damn about none of that. Can we stop that notion? Stop telling me about what you came from. Man, what you doing right now?
That's 100% how the game should be run.
I'm telling you, Mike, it kills me that, he came from this. Man, listen, what that mean? Model to model, in between those white lines, what you got right now, are you producing?
My thing is this, like, you should, like, systems come and go, right? But like you said, if you're a true coach, you could write something up, draw something together, and put something in place where you're a leader of men. You are a leader of men. Be that leader of men, and sometimes you got to go with Plan B, bro.
Mike, it is your job as a coach to make sure your players are what they need. You're not coaching for you. What type of ego you got, Mike? Think about that. I got to coach for me so I can feel comfortable so we can win the way. Man, you sound dumb. If ain't nobody else going to tell you, you sound dumb. I coach what my players need. I mimic what they need. I work the way we got to work. It ain't the other way around. What type of ego time you on, coach? I don't give a damn about what your game plan is. Make another one. What you getting paid all this money for? You can't adjust, bro. If you can't adjust, you don't need to have that job.
100%. And you
That's
should
the
be able
bottom
to,
line.
and you should be able to work with whatever it is that you got.
Man, Mike, that's the difference between guys that really got to get up from the trenches, Mike. You figure out how to make lemon out of lemonade. When you got guys that have never had to adjust and got punched in the mouth. Great quote by Mike Tyson. Everybody got to play on Mike till you get hit in your motherfucking face. That's why you need to squabble up, Mike. You need it. Drake is another example, Mike.
Right.
How do you handle you get hit in your mouth? It's all good, Mike, when it goes to game plan. Guess what, Mike? Tell me when in our life, Mike, has went to game plan. Tell me any point in our life, Mike, where it went A, B. No, it don't work that way, bro. It don't. You gotta adjust.
Murphy's Law is always in effect.
Murphy's Law, man. And like I said, for y'all, we even have a conversation like this, man. We all know Dylan Graber, what he is. Put him out there on the field. But, coach, don't tell me about your that system talk. It boils me, Mike. It's like, bro, you're not a true coach then. No, you got to be a Swiss Army knife. Whatever it needs for whatever player, it's the way it's supposed to work. Don't tell me about a goddamn system.
Bro, just like parents, right? You can't parent each kid the same way. You gotta be a whole different parent to your second child than you was your first. So you have to be a whole different coach to each individual player. You got to find out their strengths, weaknesses, and their learning style.
Mike, you singing, bro. And like I said, man, and I say this, and I'm not, and if it's coming off disrespectful, I don't give a damn. Coach, your job is to figure it out. Stop telling me where he went to school. Stop telling me he's coach of the year right now. What are you doing, bro? Because right now, if you don't figure it out, coach, you up out of there. I'm sorry. You got to be up out of there. You ain't a dude for the Cincinnati Bengals. Y'all done had too much time out there. Am I lying, Mike? Well, I mean, I'm tired of hearing that bullshit, man. You got to produce something. Because you had Baker Mayfield. Don't say Baker Mayfield ain't no good, Mike. We see what he's doing in Tampa.
Right.
Maybe it was your system that was flawed.
Because Baker the man.
Baker the man. Again, Kevin Stefanski, maybe it's your system, dog. Maybe it's your inability to change and move as a coach that you're not doing well. Because you said something was faulty and it wasn't faulty. Right. Maybe you was faulty. That's the real conversation, Mike. Are you playing that Shedeur game to try to save your job? If that's what you're doing, I understand it, bro. But stop telling me you don't have the proper tools because you got to figure it out. It's not up to the kids.
Put Shedeur on the waiver. Put him on the waiver.
Mike, he don't want to do that. Again, Mike, what else the Browns got going on? This is another conversation, Mike, we don't want to talk about. The Browns need him. He makes them interesting, Mike. If he leave tomorrow, well, how many jerseys they selling? How many tickets they buying? We don't want to talk about that part, Mike. You want to use the name for clout, but you don't want to get the other. You know what I'm saying, Mike? Come on, now. It's a business decision too. But y'all playing both sides, man. But at the end of the day, you don't bite the hand that feeds you, man. And all I keep hearing is that head coach saying a lot of shit, but he ain't doing a lot what he's supposed to. Shedeur is being sabotaged. I said it.
I stand on it. I second it. He's being sabotaged because my thing is this, right? When they first played him, he had only been working with the third and fourth and the second string. He had not worked with the A team, right? So his first game, you decide, all right, we're gonna put Shedeur in, and it's quite unfair that he's gonna perform either way, right? But it's quite unfair that you put him in the game with guys that he hasn't even been working with, throwing plays, calling shots, and he performed. He made 2 touchdowns, and he did what he had to do. However, I just don't think it's fair that if another guy gets to practice with the A squad, like, you know what I'm saying?
Facts, Mike. Love it. Your final thoughts on this subject, Mike, before we go to something else kind of more serious but good for us, fam.
Hey
We
man,
cooking tonight.
get this
Man.
man a fair chance, bro. Get this man a fair chance and see what he can do. If he don't perform, then it's on him. But at the end of the day, as a man, you can say, "Hey, I did my job. I gave him a fair chance."
A fair exchange ain't no robbery. A
Nah.
fair exchange ain't no robbery. Like Mike said, if you don't want it, let Buddy go. Let him try to go and do his own thing. Again, Kevin Stefanski, you are not a coach to keep talking about your system, bruh. Ain't nobody gonna tell you you ain't got no ring, no proof, or nothing that your system
What
works.
has the Browns done under your tutelage?
Mike, that's what I'm saying. Stop talking to me about some damn system, coach. I bet. Listen, ain't nobody gonna ask that question. What system? What W's you got? Boy, you better adjust to and do what the hell you gotta do. Don't come to me talking about no goddamn system. Coach, figure it out. Period. Mike, as bad news as we got this week, man, to change gears, man. Young Dolph murderers got off, Mike. Before we take a dive off into it, I'm gonna play a video of a reaction. Then we're gonna see the next thing that we give our thoughts on.
Hernandez Govan was going to be found not guilty in the murder for hire of Young Dolph.
Huh?
Didn't I tell y'all that? Unlike a lot of y'all viewers and content creators, I actually sat through the trial and listened to the evidence. And as I'm sitting there listening, I'm like, what this shit got to do with Hernandez Govan? This sounds like a bunch of shit the flunky ass shooters did, and then they dropped the call in front of his house to try to tie him to the murder. But sadly, it wasn't enough. You niggas be crash outs. You niggas be flunky. So y'all heard it was a hit on the head of Young Dolph and the rest of the PRE niggas. Being hungry and desperate, y'all lurking through the streets to catch any and everybody, hopefully to receive a payday.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
No, that's not how murder for hire work. You gotta talk to the nigga that's actually putting the money on whoever head. Going through a middleman is always a setup for failure. You hear me? Y'all some flunky ass niggas for hearing about a hit and then go and carry it out as if it was concrete. It wasn't. He say, she say is circumstantial evidence. We need something pertinent everybody to Young Dolph murder. If you ain't got that, everybody walk free. Yo gotta stay a multi-millionaire. Hernandez Govan get a big payday for staying silent through the trial. You know yo gotta gonna pop him off. And not the rest of them niggas gotta do life, and that's what it is. For all the rappers who plan on knocking the nigga off, I say follow behind Yo Gotti. Let your word be strong enough to make some flunkies go do the work for you. You ain't never had to pay him. You ain't never had to meet him in the store. Didn't I tell y'all her?
My thoughts.
I just think you got to be smarter than what you are. If you out here really committing murders and you doing it for money, $100,000 is not enough money for you to kill somebody and disappear. It's not enough. It's not enough for you to live freely somewhere else. Because the first thing you have to do is get out the country. Number one thing you have to do is get out the country. Number two thing you have to do is set up a lifestyle and have enough money that you do not have to work no more because your name is hot. So, and what type of motherfucker just go kill somebody because they heard somebody got money on the table and never talked to the person with the money on the table? It's crazy. That's backwards. To me, that's clout chasing. That's clout chasing, and we gonna get Dolph, and he gonna pay us, and you never got paid.
I gotta say something, Mike. Whenever you hear about these crimes, when do the shooters ever get paid, Mike? If you a person out here doing crimes and you hear something going on, like Buddy said phenomenally, Mike, if you ain't met the brother, if you ain't got enough money to go away forever, like Mike said, what are you doing? You heard of something that was about to happen, was so thirsty it was about to happen, and you did it.
And didn't confirm it with nobody.
I hate to say it like you said, Mike. We will never know. Sorry that tragedy happened to the Dolph family. Sorry that beef spilled over in music and we'll never know what really happened, Mike. It's a tragedy. Nobody won. Community lost Dolph. Dolph kids lost his father. His wife lost him. His family lost the main breadwinner. A record label lost the CEO. Now
Right.
the kids and families are beefing forever, Mike.
Forever, bro. And it's crazy because like young boys, I want you to understand, and this is coming from somebody that knows $100,000, $50,000,
Ain't no money.
$20,000 is not any money. You can spend it in a couple of weeks. I've done it. Like, you can really spend it in a couple of weeks on just living and not even trying to spend it. My thing is this: if you real street, be like the old school cats. Like, they kill and nobody knew they was killers, bro. And they go back home and eat dinner with their families. If you gonna do it, be real about it. But if you're gonna do it and you're doing it for money, and I don't condone this at all, but if you're doing it for money, do it for some money that'll change your life. $100,000 will only change your life for 10 minutes.
Like you said, Mike, most people don't think about or understand how money really works, Mike. Like you said, 100 racks ain't a lot of money, bro.
No, not enough for something, a life.
It's not. And they don't but you got to understand, Mike, right now we're so obsessed with having cash. You feel what I'm saying, Mike? We are so obsessed with how it looks to be flush with money, to have this, to have that. People don't even think, like you said, Mike, the long-term effects we see from having that, bro. Like having that money come with responsibility too, Mike. I'm gonna tell you something nobody else talk about, Mike. If you got $100,000 cash, you can't live where you live now, Mike. You gonna get robbed.
But people, and I hate
And
this.
remember how they struggling, Mike. Remember that.
Right.
They gonna take that from you, bro.
But I hate this too. We are doing all this for printed denim paper that does not have its weight in gold. And if you read it, it says that it's a Federal Reserve note. Now, this could be a whole nother rabbit hole, but what the fuck is a Federal Reserve note? What is it backed on? Every country has a dollar that's backed, and it's not just printed paper, it's backed on real currency, such as gold, silver, and or raw materials, right? The dollar is not backed on any of those things. The dollar is just a Federal Reserve note. And they print millions upon millions of that every day. So the true value of that, you're committing and changing lives for something that is not even worth its weight.
100%, Mike. Now I agree, man. Again, Mike, if you ain't got nothing going on, Mike, let's remember, Mike, these druggies, these guys that ain't got nothing going on. So $100,000 to them, Mike, is money. Let's keep it real, Mike. Dude was in jail, incarcerated, probably living at home with his girl. The saddest part, Mike, as a man, and this is the part where Young Dolph, you can't be riding around in no car like that.
Not in the hood.
Mike, he riding around in foreign land. You know what I'm saying, Mike? Like Dolph was moving kind of reckless. Can we be for real?
I will say this, bro. The
He
green
was.
eye, the green eye monster is real. Jealousy is real.
Yes.
Jealousy made Cain kill his brother. So what makes you think that jealousy would not make someone kill you?
Yeah.
Cain killed his brother in the Bible for favor and jealousy.
Yeah. When I saw Dolph moving like that, Mike, I said Dolph was moving kind of hot. When
You
I
can
seen
move
the
like
car he
that.
pulled up in the donut shop the cookie shop by himself, Mike, Dolph was, you know what I'm saying, Mike? Like, bro, you in Memphis still.
Right. You can
I
move
don't
like
care
that,
who you
but your
are.
security team better be
You
on
gotta be
go.
there, Mike. You dolo running it. You ain't doing a pickup, Mike. You walking in ordering like it's normal. Like people don't think you gotta be on point, Mike. You know you got beef out here, Mike. You know Dolph knew he had beef out here. Let's keep it funky, Mike. He knew. Not speaking on the dead, we want to RIP to the brother, but he knew stuff was going on in the street. He thought he was that guy that was untouchable, which he probably was, but all it takes is one, Mike. I don't know how many shows, how many movies we got to see, Mike. I love The Wire. Who Omar get killed off by, Mike? Flunky. It happens all the time, Mike. Am I lying?
No.
Who Nip get killed by, Mike?
A flunky.
It happens all of
And the sad part
time.
is these niggas be getting killed by nobodies.
That Mike, that's the whole point. Mike, that's a Trojan horse.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Mike Pop Smoke.
A flunky.
We see the same thing happen over and over. A lot of guys, we don't look at historical moments, Mike. If you get money, you got to move different.
100%.
You got to operate. Like you said, Mike, your whole mindset got to change.
And that's
really
the
happens.
problem. And that's why people be running into financial problems as well, because okay, cool, I got this money, but if you don't have vision, if you can get money, but if you don't have vision and discipline, right? My father always taught me, yeah, son, I make a lot of money with the government, right? You have a good life. You could be rich one day. You can win the lottery. But the minute that you win the lottery, or the minute that your financial situations change, vision and discipline. If you haven't had it before you had the money, it's gonna fold.
Facts, Mike. On a much lighter note, me and Mike gonna shift gears. We're gonna go into current trendy topics we've been talking up. Comment, like, share, subscribe. Mike, I don't know if you knew Black Scotland's are a thing, Mike. Did you hear about that
Boy,
this week?
nah, I mean I kind of knew, but it's real crazy because where y'all be at on camera?
Mike,
The black Scottish people, because they're going, how can you be so stupid to not know that these black Scottish people? But Americans live in like an echo chamber. Whether the global media inadvertently or not decides to keep you guys from seeing us, like you're not seeing content made by black Scottish people. You're not seeing content made by white Scottish people. So the surprise when you see people that look like you with an accent like mine, that would blow my mind anyway.
Well, I think also it's also indicative of just how much entertainment influences our stereotypical beliefs. Like, because if you told me a Scottish person, I would never in a million years. Like, if you said a black Brit, that's not a surprise. We've seen enough of them.
We got Dave, we got Skepta, we got everybody out there.
Yeah, so it starts there, right? And then if you said Scottish, I'm just all right, that's white. And then Irish is drunk white who fight.
The Scots drink just as much as the Irish. We fight a little less.
Yeah.
And Mike, the reason why I wanted to show that, we never see y'all on TV, bro. It's no shade. But Mike, I'm gonna tell you something else. I don't know if you've seen the damn black Brits, Mike. You Americans so dumb. Y'all, Mike, I got it. Mike, why do they gotta chime in on every damn? I know you hate him the most, Mike.
I don't think it's that we didn't think that it was black Scottish people, right? I don't think that's what it was. I think it's more of a where y'all niggas been at. Like for me personally, I can't speak on nobody but me and mine, right? And I know that your thought process mirrors mine a lot of the times. For me personally, it was just where y'all niggas been at. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like why aren't you publicized? Why aren't you? Because I mean, 100% is black people everywhere we go. And
absolutely.
And a lot of people don't understand. We were the aboriginals of a lot of countries. So why wouldn't it be it's black Japanese, it's black Chinese, and they're of darker complexion. So I don't understand why people are so surprised and didn't think that there would be black Scots. But for the smarter people in the room, it's just like, why haven't you been publicized, and why haven't you fought for a spot in the whatever.
I know what you're saying.
Publicization. Yeah, there we go. Okay, but why haven't you fought for a spot there? Are you content in being in the dark, in the shadows? Are you? That's where my mind goes. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you got to remember, Mike, as we talk about when other melanated immigrants come here, nobody across the globe, and this is no shade, Mike, besides black Americans have had a civil rights movement.
True.
Nobody has stood on business enough to say, Mike, if we can't drink out of this damn water fountain, can't nobody drink out of no water fountain.
Out this water fountain. It ain't no fucking water.
Mike, who else stand on business like we do?
I think a lot of part of our black brothers and sisters in other countries have assimilated. And I'm gonna give you like a tidbit that I learned, right? Aruba is not a country. It is a colony. Aruba has been colonized 4 times. And this goes to show of people of a certain descent. And my Arubans, I love you. But to be colonized 4 times shows that you stood for nothing. Like you didn't stand or fight, right? The French, the Spanish, the Dutch, and they do speak English, but it has been colonized, and the Dutch have colonized them like the longest. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're the last people to colonize them. So I learned that, and I was like, damn, you mean to tell me just random ass niggas ran up over here like multiple different times and took over your shit? That's
well, Mike,
crazy.
you gotta understand. That's why I tell you all the time, Mike, we have these conversations black immigrants come over here and feel safe, Mike, because the white folks know they can't come up here and do that.
Man, bro.
Mike, we got that in. Mike, ain't no white person come over here and call you no N-word, Mike, and you ain't gonna slap the taste out of his mouth.
Bro.
They can do that in those other countries, Mike. They ain't gonna say nothing. They know we have that energy, that spirit. If you be disrespectful, you will. We packing them up, Mike.
Right.
There is no countries outside of America that has that, Mike. That's the truth. Like you said, Mike, black people are everywhere, but we're the only black people that stand on business. 25/8, 365, Mike. Ain't a day go by where you gonna be disrespectful and you not gonna get packed up. Hands and feet.
I thought that was extremely interesting. I was like, oh wow, y'all speak so many different languages, and this is all the languages of the people. And I didn't even know it wasn't a country, bro. I'm going to Aruba, you know. No, it's not a country. It's a colony, a territory.
Mike, I want you to just think about how disrespectful that is. Think about that, Mike. You're not worthy to have your own country. What?
You're a colony.
Mike, again, Mike, that is when we talk, that's why we have conversations with the immigrants, Mike. They don't even understand how they sound to us. Mike gave a great example. Y'all got colonizers. Ain't nobody say, no, we ain't speaking that no more. No, we ain't doing that, cuz.
Hey, bro, but also what I found was crazy. Like, bro, mad people from Aruba mixed, like a bunch of different races. Like everybody look like how America's about to look real soon. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
of course,
whole country, bro.
No, I get it, Mike. I just always say to people, Mike, people don't understand nor get how different we are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You gave a great example, Mike, and I'm glad that you had that forecast and to see that in real time. But I have those conversations with people all the time, and y'all got to understand, y'all, we the only black people in the world that stand on business. Not talk about it, Mike. That stand, nigga, I ain't going nowhere.
Right.
Make me leave. Mike, they gotta have tanks in the cities to control us. That's why they got that SWAT down here, Mike. That's why all that stuff has been invented. It ain't been invented. People don't understand why they ain't got them in them other countries. That's why they ain't got it. They ain't got it because they already got y'all in y'all bag. They need the SWAT for me and Mike and them. Mike, because I'm slapping, putting hands and feet on everybody. And that's it. I'm the truth, huh? So what I thought this conversation was amazing, Mike, because it showed, like you said, Mike, different parts of the con, how it goes into a different context, Mike. And there was another story. I got two more for my dog. I know my dog been traveling. I'm gonna let you go, fam. And I'm gonna cook it up, man. But another one, Mike, have you heard coffee is no longer good enough for date, Mike? Have you heard?
Bro, a coffee date is the
you gotta let it cook, Mike. Hold on, Mike. You gotta understand and watch it cook first. Watch the shorty talk. And then I'm gonna give it back to you, Mike. That's what we're gonna get to. I want you to visually see, then we're gonna chop it up some more, okay? Hold on. Let me give it to you. This is the shorty that said it, Mike. No shade. But we're gonna watch it and I want to hear your response.
The reason it's stupid to argue about
I'm gonna go to her page first. Hold on, Mike.
Y'all are mad because y'all don't meet the standards of the fat ugly
girls. Give me 1 second. I want to see her original video on it, and then I want you to give me your response, Mike. Where is that? Where is she at when she said it?
I'm finna go change my hands to Scotland.
My bad, Mike. 1 second, family. 1 second. I just had it up. I don't know where it went. Here it go.
A man asked me for coffee today after work, and I politely told him no, and then brought myself to McAllister's, where I got this croissant, this grilled chicken sandwich, and an entire bowl of broccoli cheddar soup and a Dr. Pepper for under $25. Now, I'm not going to argue with you about how you like to date, just like I don't want you to argue with me about how I like to date. But coffee is never going to be an option for me. And just like I respect your choice to coffee, respect mine to not coffee.
Mike. Shorty responded there, Mike. And fellas, it went viral this week, Mike. And I got to show you the response to some of the guys. And I'm not trying to be funny. Some of the guys had a great response, Mike. Then I want you to give me your takeoff, because I know you about to go off on it. I want you to respond back hearing this young lady. Then you go, Mike. You ready?
Lick, y'all thought, coffee.
Oh, I don't know why TikTok acting up today.
You didn't want coffee, but you ate McAllister's. McAllister's is about compatible as far as price point to a coffee shop. When y'all talk about a coffee shop, y'all act like Starbucks is the only coffee shop that exists. Most coffee shops nowadays got full menus, and they're not cheap. They're not cheap at all. I can spend anywhere from $10 to $12 on a matcha or a chai latte, depending on how I fix it up. If I substitute the milks, if I add in certain syrups, it can get up to about $12 sometimes just for the drink. So sitting up here and acting as if you got these high standards because you turned it down a coffee shop, but then in exchange for turning down a coffee shop, you went and took yourself to McAllister's for an under 25 meal deal. And she was absolutely trying to be shady in this whole thing. She's being disingenuous by sitting up now and acting as if that wasn't her intention. She's not trying to make it seem like she too good or that wasn't the tone of it. But yes, it is. Yes, it is. You got on here and made it seem as if you're too good. You can't take a coffee date. And that's why you're getting ate up by the internet. You deserve to get ate up by the internet because you were trying to shame women who will accept coffee dates and make it seem like you're too good for one, and it backfired on you, right? Because you ain't the messenger for that message. And that's the reason why the internet coming for you. It ain't no different than the dude who was talking about mid women approaching him looking the way he did. Y'all are one and the same type of people. Anytime y'all put too much emphasis on where the date is or how much the date costs, I know you're not used to nothing. You're not used to dates and you're not used to going to nice places. I also know a lot of y'all women use these dates as opportunity to dress up, social media content, and to brag to your homegirls about where you got a man to take you to. But most of the time when somebody prioritizes the location and the price point over just getting to know the person, which is what the whole interaction is supposed to be about, it's because you don't have pure intentions. Because by this point, we all know no matter where that man take you, no matter how much he spends, none of that is a reflection on what he wants with you and how he's going to treat you.
Mike, since when did a coffee date not be sufficient? Mike, take off, baby.
But first of all, and I'm gonna say this the nicest way I could possibly say this because beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Oh,
But all I'm gonna say is you lucky a nigga asked you to do anything. I don't understand where these people getting the audacity to complain about anything somebody wants to do for free. Like Shorty said, I don't look the part. I'm hard on myself, but I know I look good when I put my shit on and I can get what I can get when I want to get it. You get what I'm saying? However, ma'am, you got to understand your audience and you talking about you not accepting coffee dates. Nigga, you need to be accepting walk dates, any type of dates that a nigga fucking gives you because come on, man. Somebody took the time, the courage, the tenacity to ask you to go somewhere with them and to get to know you. And to get to know you, like Shorty said, coffee is expensive. My coffee order at Starbucks be costing $15 with the milk. So, like, come on, man. This man went out of his way to ask you if you would just like to spend some time with him. And this was the precursor. He might have took you to Ruth Chris right after that. But I mean, like I said, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But you ain't looking like you. First of all, you look like you ain't missing no meals, and I'm not fat shaming you. I'm fat myself. Secondly, you just look like you need somebody to ask you on a date, and you being picky on the day that you it don't look like you got a roster of niggas coming for you. So I'm just saying, dog, I'm not calling you ugly. I'm just saying the way you presented yourself on this camera, you have made it seem that you have more than what you got. And I know, he know, we all know it ain't a gang of niggas lining up for you to take you out on a date and you shame this man for coffee. You could have explored the coffee and the coffee could have turned out into whatever it is that you wanted it to be. And I'm gonna tell y'all another thing. Y'all women be praying for these men, and then when God send you somebody, you be like, nah, I'm too good for coffee. That could have been your husband right there. You don't even know where it could have went. This man could have treated you better than any man has ever treated you on earth. And no, I'm too good for coffee.
It
Like,
was
how are
like the
you
low
too
effort
good?
for me, Mike. The low, what effort he supposed to have for the first date? What the hell? I want to know what if I don't know you, shorty. what is the effort you want me to do? Is it money?
But
Like
then you took
that's
yourself.
why I'm. Go
But
ahead.
like Shorty said, then you took yourself out to eat for lower than $25. So I mean, if it was about the money, right? If it was about the effort, right? When you took yourself to lunch and then you bragging on that weak ass shit, if you should have took yourself to lunch to goddamn Papa those, bitch, and motherfuckers might have
Hey Mike, I gotta
respected you.
say something. Y'all eating that heavy for lunch, Mike? That's a heavy ass. Mike, you heard what she mentioned?
Bro, she
Egg
mentioned like
sandwich,
4
a
things.
Dr. Pepper. God damn, man. That's a lot, Mike. God, that's a lot of food she was. Mike, I ain't trying to be funny. That's a heavy. That's a big lunch. Mike,
Like,
that was a hefty lunch.
bro, I ain't even trying to clown her, but I'm just so tired of people and their
Yeah.
audacity, bro. Just appreciate the fact that somebody,
Right.
bro, the world is going to hell, and you might be lonely and a cat lady, and you took the time to disenfranchise somebody and talk about them, and the man wanted to spend his hard-earned money on you. Just to get to know you and see how things was going with you. Like, bro, you gotta take shit for what it is. And you shamed that man for some coffee. Like, ain't nothing wrong with going to get a little Starbucks, sitting in the lounge for a little bit, and just enjoying each other's company. Hell, you lucky the nigga offered you that. I wouldn't offered you a goddamn thing. I would have talked to you in the office and played my part, nigga. Fuck you mean.
And that's it for my dog. Whoever called that in it with him. I wish I had the gun sounds, Mike. We need to get that. I need to get that, Mike. I need to invest in that next little audio. You definitely
Hey,
need some
look,
gun
bro.
sounds
Hey,
right
look,
there.
it could happen. I got you. I
You
got you on
need
that.
to,
That's
Mike. I
easy.
needed some gunshots. You needed that AK sound for that because you
Bro,
went
but
out
I'm just
with a
saying, like,
bang, dog.
I'm just saying, bro, like, when did this become a thing that people
He
are
cooking.
so high and mighty, bro? Like, you so high and mighty, you just can't go, like, bro, like you said, bro, what was the expect? Hey, you want to go to Roof Chris for lunch after work? I'm gonna start inviting motherfuckers to happy hour so you know I'm being
Mike,
cheap,
it's like that receipt I sent you, Mike. Do y'all not see these prices out
bro,
here, Shawty? Mike,
bro.
let's not forget, Mike, it's 20 to park, 20 to get in, 50 for per drink. What
Bro,
the
so
hell?
I've already, bro. I'm at my
That's
limit.
$90, Mike.
Bro, I've already spent $40.
Mike, that's Mike, plus the 50 for the drink, Mike. That's a hundo.
Bro, and I know you, and I know it was only 1 ounce of liquor in the drink. Come on, bro. Like, if you gonna tax me $50,
Mike,
and hey, look, if this is the rule, right? This is my precedent. If you are gonna tax me $50, bro, please make that bitch worth it.
Mike,
Make
ain't
I better be. I'm talking about it. Better be this much Don Julio,
Mike,
and
Mike, I'm gonna tell you the worst thing about it to me, Mike. I don't think you even caught $7 gratuity for one drink, bitch.
right.
So what you need $7 for a drink for? God, that's a hell of $2.70 to a gratuity.
Hey, look, bro. Hey,
Damn.
look, bro. I walked up to you and asked you for the drink.
Hey, I would have asked for a refund. I need my money back. I don't want the Mike. $50 per drink. Mike, if you meet a shorty, that's $50. Come, Mike. Hey, look, bro. These establishments are closing down, Mike. That's what it's about to happen, Mike.
Bro, because it's crazy, bro. What y'all got going on?
Mike, I really think the nightclub, the section culture is coming to an end, Mike.
Good.
I think it is. Even when I went out last night, Mike, in Houston, Mike, it feels light out here.
Good.
It feels like people can't afford it, man.
Back the see. I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell black people why they be fucking up with the money, right? I'm gonna tell you why. White people have an establishment. They don't charge you anything to park. They might. However, it ain't much. They don't charge you anything to come into their establishment at all. Sometimes they do, but for the most part, from my experience, white establishments now, they'll let you come on in, order your food, shit at a good price point. I might get 4 or 5 drinks in that motherfucker. Like buy a couple rounds. Like how me and my friends get down. Okay, it's 5 of us. I buy the round, Terrell by the second round, Wayne by the third round, Melvin by the fourth round. Right? Each of us have spent over $50.
Well, you got to remember, Mike, that was our club experience before the suction thing, Mike. until section culture took over, Mike, it was like that. I'm gonna tell you the saddest part, Mike, and I'm gonna let my dog go. I went out one of my YNs this weekend, Mike. You know, you don't realize your age, Mike, until you're around guys like 27, Mike.
Oh,
They have
man.
never had a twerk in a party, Mike.
Oh my God.
Mike, they
Twerk,
never did, Mike.
bro, twerk at a
I was
party
telling
is
them, Mike, they was
so,
like, what you talking about? I was like, wow.
bro, twerk at a party is so phenomenal.
Mike, they never had our era.
So they just stand up and look at each other the whole time?
They
Bro,
thought, Mike, they when I was explaining to them, Mike, they told me, Mike, I would love to go to something like that.
what?
And
We
I
gotta
had to
bring,
remember, Mike, that's our generation. We were the
bro,
last Travis Porter. Remember, Mike, they the Chief Keef babies. That's what they grew up on the drilling. They
bro,
didn't have no.
what a time to be alive, bro.
Mike, we had we were the Travis Porter era, the Tigers, the where they at, dancing. They were the Chief Keef era. We keep forgetting we was already a little bit almost ending when that, but they are the drilling era,
Damn.
Mike. Yeah, they don't need
Dang.
my think about it, Mike. The past 10 years, what's the club twerk song you really heard?
I don't even know.
It ain't none. And I was talking to him like, y'all don't even understand that we used to just go, Mike. Mike, our shirts used to be soaking wet. Mike, remember that? Tees
Your
wet.
boy, you getting twerked so hard, your homeboy gotta hold you up.
Shorties didn't go dolled up, Mike. That wasn't a thing. We went to have fun.
Bro, they would sweat their hair out, just did their hair, bro.
And Mike, they were so blown away. Said, man, I ain't never been to something like that. That's a business thing, Mike. We really gotta try to do, man. Because I think that would hit in this generation. But we'll talk about it, Mike. Give him the exit, dog, so you can relax, man. My boy been on vacation. My boy tired, man. Go ahead, G. Because you cooked to that last segment.
Look, first official. Well, I've been at work, but first official day at work, officially off the training wheels and doing my thing. So check it out. My name is Michael McCall. I hail from the land of Virginia Beach, and I love you all. If you love us, man, I would like you to sow a seed into us. The Cash App is on the bottom. The Cash App is on the bottom. $ King Crowder 14, man. We love what we do for you, and we trying to build into this. So this is my therapy. This is my ministry. But I just want y'all to know this, that like there's always a silver lining in the cloud, right? The storm can only last but so long before the wind pushes the clouds away and the sun comes out, right? So whatever you going through, weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Like, or as they said at Hampton, no night lasts forever. You pass out before you die. And I leave you with that. I love y'all, man. Holla back.
Holla, peace at you, Mike, man. See my dog gone, Mike, with a beautiful lesson and story as always, man. Killed it. We're going to keep chiming it on in, y'all. My next video, I want to talk to you on the topic is that as much as we talk about America's influence, y'all, I want to play you something that truly blew my mind and spirit. Did you know about the Cholo sound that we confuse with Latinos was actually by Black Americans? That's a Black American man. Look at the car culture, the slab, the swinging that we see in LA. That's the you learn, the more beautiful things you see, man. So much of Black American history is hidden. All music genres and influence were created and established by us. But a lot of the times when we talk about how we're going to reestablish a culture, how we're going to reestablish the imagery, it is our job to make sure we spread the light and educate ourselves on these things, man. It's so important to do that, man. It is so important and so critical. It is also important and critical to shed light on new things that are happening in real time. I want to shine this light on what is currently going on in the Trump administration, on new policy that got going on, to the economic-based social programs that we got, as long as we also know about the new task force that's heading to the Chirac this week. I want to show my people on live what's going on so you can see, and then we're going to give our take on it. Fair use. Fair use.
This is a video about the Section 8 change and what's going on with that. So as you may know, Trump is changing how Section 8 is being ran. He's going to hand everything over to the state, and he wants it so that they can't be on Section 8 longer than 2 years. Well, people can't be on Section 8 longer than 2 years. This is an important date. October 2025 is when they're supposed to be doing the budget for 2026. So that's an important time to pay attention as to what's going on in the regarding this. And so what I understand is once they send everything over to the state will notify tenants who have been on Section 8 for longer than 2 years. They'll notify you and give you 60 to 90 days making you aware that the program would end for you in 60 to 90 days. Depending on the state, it didn't say which states were going to give 60, which state were going to get 90. But apparently you will be hearing from your public housing authority representative should be making contact with the people who are currently on the benefit. And they also say like they're going to start at the top. Whoever's been on the longest, they're going to start removing those people and go down. 2-year minimum, it sounds like it's going to be across the board. I do think it's going to be sad to see, you know, kids whose parents literally just only have them for the welfare benefits. Like they're going to be homeless because, you know, their parents don't want to go get jobs. And I'm not saying everybody on Section 8 don't got no damn job. There are people who are working and trying to get off of Section 8. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about that. So obviously if it does apply to you, let it fly. But I do feel bad for those kids who are going to end up homeless because their parents, you know, they're going to get that 60 or 90 day notice and they're not going to prepare. Not all, but I'm sure the homeless rate and all of that is going to go up. And there's going to be a lot more families on those corners asking for money because there's already a lot of families on the corner asking for money now. I'll drop a comment. Let me know if you think 2 years is enough or how many.
All I can say, man, a lot of the times when we talk about historical context, we never mention that back in the day before the entitlement, the new JBL, new laws were passed. I can't remember what it was called, y'all. The New Deal, was passed, and we had all these new dates and updates and programs came through. That is when these social programs really hit the street. But now we must understand that they're rolling these back. Number one, to produce the family influx because we need more successful families in America. And number two, they are really trying to cut social programs. People do not really understand how big of an impact this is going to have. Remember, we heard them stories all the time about what grandma had to deal with back in the day and how we different now and we ain't got to deal with that. Ladies, anybody that's on these programs, y'all, prepare. October, they're going to gut that budget. Everybody that's on these social programs that are trying to get these things popping, y'all, they are about to remove everything from you. All this time we talk about you won't need, families, you need to go and get back with it now, man. Prepare now. They are going to target you. They are trying to save money because they know we are in a recession. When a recession hits, you target the people most vulnerable. Yes, it is scary times that we're in, but the reality is it's going to be a lot of changes going to happen in these streets. Trump has already moved the legislative law to but go into D.C. and up the police mandate. They're heading to Chicago next. Chicago got to understand when, if you own these streets and you're a person that's not actively working out here doing things, you will be up for a frisk and search type of stop. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at the laws. Prepare for the changes and predict what's coming. We are in a new administration, y'all. They know it's bad out here. What's bad? To reduce and trim the fat. Corporations is you have a businessman in the office. Business is to reduce the fat, reduce the excess, cut expenses. Whatever is overweight expenses on the government, they're going to gut it. If it's not a strategic position, if it's not something that's really needed, they're going to trim the fat and remove those positions. All of those labors and opportunities that we see around, they're going to remove them, y'all. And if people say it's scary, it is. It's harsh times out here. But the reality is you need to get ready for it. We're seeing the tea leaves being dropped. This immigration, this new policy is not going to change. That's what we're going to see happen in the streets, man. I'm telling you. That's what's going to happen. They're going to cut the funding. They're going to gut these programs. And as much as we want to talk bad about how you think it wasn't going to happen to you, it is about to happen in real time. It's going to happen in real time. And there's nothing you can do but move accordingly with it. Stop complaining. Stop worrying. Stop saying that we're a different thing. We ain't this. Listen, programs are changing. Section 8 is being cut. Food stamps is being modified and changed. They are tightening the belt. They know it's bad out here in the streets. They know people are struggling. That's what's going to happen. Next up, as we talk about these social programs being gutted, as we talk about the new American wave that we see got going on, we are also seeing how employers are removing a lot of immigration programs, removing employees from the African continent that were working to subsidize these labors and shipping it back. As much as I want to tell y'all to watch stuff, I always want y'all to watch and see what's going on. Right now, if you are not hip to what Delta did, pay attention.
Listen, I meant to tell you this. What Delta in Minnesota, they fired like 500 people. Most of them were Africans, right? This is what these motherfuckers did. So Delta has this thing where when you have bereavement, they give you up to like $2,500 to like $5,000, depending on the person that died to you and the significance, right? So everybody was dying. Everybody had somebody dying. Black people are so horrible. You know what they did? These motherfuckers was using the
These non-black people, these are African, y'all. Pay attention.
same death certificate. They were passing it around, and they were just changing the name, not the number.
Wow.
Nigga, they fired all of them. So now, no blacks working the Delta.
Well, there'll be blacks, but no Africans.
Ain't gonna be no Africans working the Delta. Are you guys serious?
What's on y'all?
Like,
fucked up the church's money.
You guys was really passing around the
Gotta do better, can you?
black people. No, it was the Africans. It was like Liberians and Nigerians.
Oh, see, yeah,
that's terrible.
Better. Come on, man.
While we making these jokes, man, I don't think people understand. A lot of these companies are tightening the belts on their policies. Companies around the globe are removing back them COVID policies. Remember the memories policies about you being worked out or you being tired? They are really targeting these programs. They are. They're targeting these programs because they are trying to trim the fat. Everybody that works at a social service, a social program, anything they got going on personally, you need to understand, you will be targeted right now. If you are not in an industry that is service, sales, people-related business, you will try to be cut and automated out. They are saying in real time, if you are not an income-generating business, you will see these trials come and go. You will see these turning points happen. You will see these cuts. You will see these transitions. You will see multiple things happen in real time. I know it's scary. I know it's uncomfortable. I know it's unprecedented, but you will see this happen over and over and over again. What can you do to prepare, King Crowder? You have to be willing to do something out of your normal. You have to be willing to understand that. You have to be willing to listen to that. You have to know that everything, how we grew up, how we felt it, how we once experienced it is different now. And I say this all the time to people like, man, we live in a different world than we were 5 years ago. The world, the speaking, the talking points, things we used to hearing, things we went after, it is all different. The money's different. The pace is different. The energy is different. The expectations is different. Everything that we talked about that we once had is changing. You must have changed with it. You must adjust with it. You must adopt with it. I'm gonna give you a great point right here in this video. You know I love to give you stuff to think about, man. Shout out to my dog for sending it for me. Shout out to my dog for sending me this. It was a time where you can get shamed for age gap dating a few years ago. Now, like men have had to change, like work opportunities have had to change. Ladies, your talking points and how you go at men have to change. Men are more aware. Post Kevin Samuels era, men have more expression as far as feelings and thoughts. So I want to give it to you about this content creator said and how this fella checked in real time. Pay attention.
45 is trying to talk to you. You're young.
I'm not gonna hold y'all. Controversial take. I think women only have these opinions now because women have focused more on the careers, education, and being independent. They're older in age, and now they're pushing these agenda more only because they're now at an age to settle down now where they're in their 30s. So,
but pushing what is
women?
what's the agenda?
You guys are all against these men dating younger women because it takes options away from you guys. Guys, your age now.
Oh, I didn't know.
What else can you base it on?
Yo, that's a fact, though. 10 years ago, that could have been a talking point that no man would have pushed back against. Now, in this time that we in, most fellas, y'all, if they're single and they're 30-something years old, I don't know most fellas that are willing to date women their age. It's a harsh reality, man. As you hang around different guys and different perspectives, if he's a guy that's doing well, right, has his stuff together, moving and sending in the right direction, he's not going to date somebody his age because it is hard to partner. If y'all ain't developed, grew together, developed together, loved together, inspired together, went through hardships already together, he ain't going to deal with that, man. And the reason why we hear these talking points being said so loud, because truly I understand the shorties. Yo, it is harder for them to date right now. It is more difficult. It is more challenging. It's harder. We get it. No man gives a damn. No man cares. No man is understanding. They just don't. Right now, everybody is, and I'm serving my best interests, my best wants, my best desires, and that's what it is. And there's nothing now post this Kevin Samuels world that you can do about it. And the reason why there's nothing you can do about it, ladies, is that the messaging that y'all been having is too strong. What do you say? Bro tapped in. Always, man. Always, Jamal. Like I said, tapped in. But as soon as you see it as you grow, man, and you see things, man, it's kind of crazy because, like I said, as a brother, as a guy, man, you don't understand what it's like in real time for you to be out in these streets and really dating and stuff. And like I said, I ain't got to be out here that heavy to see it. But most of the brothers I see that's out here, man, it's challenging, man. I posted a receipt, y'all, for real, man. And I posted in the group chat we had. Right now, for a drink at one establishment, it's almost $45. Think about that for a second. If you a brother out here dangle, single, living life, that's the average expectation of things you must have before you even get started, man. Do you know how crazy that is to say that in real time, right? It's an advantage, disadvantage against you. So if I'm the party that's already at a disadvantage, that has to prove my worth, that has to earn my money, to have to show my worth and to show my things I got to do, bro, I'm picking the best deal for me. And you can't get mad at no dude about that, man. And it's just real talk where we at right now. We are in the economy that is based off that we make our own thing and look out for each other. The 20th century ideology about chivalry and what you're supposed to do is dead. It is DEAD. Don't agree with me. Don't love what I'm saying. Don't tap into what I'm saying. Look at the audience, man. Listen to what the streets is saying. Listen to what men are rocking with. That's all I'm saying, man. I'm giving you the information that's going to help you adjust and move forward. And for my last video for the night, you know I always like to give you something that's very awesome, that's impactful. We have a psychologist. I kind of like some of her videos. Sometimes she be on that bullshit, but I like this comment and content she said. Watch the video, let it take off with it, fellas.
So I told them they can't text me after 10 p.m. unless it's an emergency. That's my boundary. That's not a boundary. That's a rule. Wait, what?
Know the difference.
A boundary guides your behavior. A rule tries to control someone else's. So a boundary would sound more like, I don't respond to texts after 10 p.m. Fine. Then I told them, I expect people in my life to show up when they say they will. That's my standard. Actually, that sounds like an expectation. Okay, what now? A standard is about what you allow in your life. An expectation is about what you hope others will do. So my standard is that I surround myself with dependable people. My expectation is that this specific person will show up on time. Yes, your standards shape your circle. Your expectations set the stage for disappointment or communication. So how do I actually use this, like in real life? So you start by asking yourself, what am I committed to doing or not doing? That's your boundary. What do I wish others would do? That's your expectation. What do I allow or not allow in my life? That's your standard. And what am I trying to control? That's probably a rule and it might need adjusting. Okay, so it's not just about saying things louder. It's about saying them clearer. Exactly. Clarity is kindness to others and yourself. Okay, and I'll be sure to use the mental health guide that you created specifically for this.
You know, the one thing I gotta shout out to it, man, when we have mental health conversations, a lot of the times it's always used to weaponize. Shout out to D. Shout out to D, baby. And when we have mental health conversations, you got to understand what words you use matters, right? Your boundaries, your this, my triggers, my traumas, etc., etc. You know you always hear it. Make sure you know what that word means. Make sure you know what the definition means. Make sure you understand it with clarity. Make sure you know how to break it down, have a detailed conversation. Because a lot of times we use these words and we ain't got no mentions about them. We saying words, right? All the time. But we ain't really chopping it up about what it really means. Each word has a meaning based off your past and your history you got dealing with. Don't just allow these words to sit there. If your boundaries feel like are being tested, go speak with somebody, graduate from therapy, and make sure you know how to enforce them. Make sure you learn the pros and cons. Make sure you learn what they mean and how they deal with them. And make sure each one is targeting what you need to improve on. I'm a proponent for therapy. I believe in it, support it. Think it works wonders as you do it. But to ignore it, to use the buzzwords, to weaponize them in real conversation, you're not only doing yourself a disservice, you're doing your people. The best thing you could ever give somebody, y'all, and this is a King Crowder standing right here, is to be in the best mental health state that you can never be in. Never say it got to be perfect. I said aim and strive for the best. Be a better person than you were, your family, your father, your expectation that was given to you. Focus on that aspect. Once you focus on that aspect, the rest can come to you and get clear. That's the whole goal and premise I hope you get for on the live on Sunday. It's your boy, King Crowder, back again with another edition of Live on Sunday. Today's topic, we touched Shedeur Sanders. FBA standing on business. Black Americans is delineating. The delineation movement we see got going on. Black Scottish. Trump's new policy plans. And what it takes to be a successful black man. Stay tuned to the interview series that I stay dropping that's going to come up. Got about 3 more in the tuck that before I start releasing them and dropping them gems. Next up, tell me that you love me and show me that you care about me. Keep working hard, keep outstanding, and keep showing me what you mean and how you land. It's your boy, King Crowder. So thankful for another edition of Live on Sunday. Please comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. Give your boy feedback. Was it trash? Was it good? What you want to see more of? Again, book for the week. Die Nigga Die by HR Rap. Phenomenal read if you do not know who this outstanding freedom fighter or legend is. HR Rap Brown from the boot of Louisiana. Stood on business and in the town. Get it. Finally, support your boy. Things I wish my parents would have taught me is a novel I use to speak on the life experiences on what things I wish I would have been taught early on and how they affect me in my current life. By your boy Arthur Crowder, working on a new document for NSA, National Speakers Association of Houston, how to sell. Also, we'll have my context on Black Man series dropping real soon. Stay in, drop the content, like, subscribe, whatever you want to do, man. Support your boy in any way possible. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you for watching. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your week. This is the last week in August, y'all. September, October, November, December. It's the last thing standing. It's kind of crazy, man. I got you, brother. So I Sunday. I got you, Joe. I got you, Jamal. Thank you, man. Thank you. I know you will always, man. I got you. Need to support you too, fam. Need to drop your business link so I can make sure to post that on the page, man. That's what I'm doing, that Black Man series. You need to let me know, Jamal, so I can interview you. While we talking, dog, hit your boy up. I'm interviewing all black professionals. You need to be in that series. I'm glad you said that. For real. Let me know when you're free. I got the camera. Yes, brother. I'm interviewing us. I want to hear about your life story. I got 7 tucked in. I want to get to 10. Then I'm going to drop it on the BNBC page because as many times as we talk about black boys and seeing they're successful, they need to see real entrepreneurs, real fathers, real brothers, real stories. We can talk about it. Good, bad, and ugly, man. Serious. I got you. I know you do. I want to hear it. I want to hear your story. I want you to be raw, unfiltered, uncut. Remember, you're not talking to me. You talking to Jamal at 16. The brother that really got to survive and starve himself, man. I want you to do that. Until next time, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let your boy know. Until next time. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your people. Ciao, man. 2 up.